Very much indeed. Good stuff indeed. Got it. Here's a tax day story for you. Criminals using your Social Security number to file a false tax return. They take your refund without you even knowing about it. Joining us now, Coalfire CEO Rick Dakin. Rick, welcome to the show. I've got to keep this short because I've got all kinds of breaking news here. But look, I am told that if somebody's got my name, my Social Security number and my birthday, they can get out there and file a false tax return and get the refund for themselves. Is that accurate?
That is absolutely accurate, Stuart. But it's really the tip of the iceberg. We're seeing a systemic problem in cybersecurity that has now led to a two-part problem. Part of it is data protection and part of it is fraud. The tax fraud just is another element of the overall problem that we're experiencing.
Let me stay with the tax fraud angle for a second. I think I saw a projection just the other day that this problem is not going away, that $4 billion was mistakenly sent out as bogus tax refunds. That was last year. In the next 4 or 5 years, it's going to be over $20 billion. Is that accurate?
We're on that trajectory right now, and again, not only on tax returns, but in other types of fraud. The amount of information that the criminal element has, and it's becoming much more sophisticated in exploiting that information, presents a much, much greater problem to the IRS, to tax filing services. So we're seeing that throughout the United States, companies just are not prepared to defend themselves against a wave of information that appears to be accurate. It's being used fraudulently.
Real fast, should I, the consumer, right now change every password that I've got? Should I do it?
In general terms, no. I think that kind of hysteria tends to desensitize consumers at a time when there's an awakening. The right thing to do is when you go to a website, especially if you go to a tax filing website, and there's security warnings, follow those security warnings. We're going to see some companies do very well on meeting the high demands of the consumer, and we're going to see other organizations not do well. Protect yourselves when you see the warnings.
We hear you. Rick Dakin, Coalfire. Thanks for joining us, Rick. Do appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Stuart.